Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through the week ahead analysis and going to be highlighting a few opportunities for the week ahead. And I'm going to start off with the strength and weakness chart as usual. Lots of changes this week, especially to the Japanese yen and to the Great British Pound. Great British Pound is the weakest despite an actual positive Bank of England last week saying that they would potentially hike interest rates if they needed to. That was quite a bullish remark. So this weakness here could turn around going into next week. What I'd like to focus on is definitely the yen weakness that we're seeing in the markets at the moment. The reason being is because it's broken out against the dollar as well, and the dollar, not that it's been particularly strong or weak, but the yen has found some serious weakness against it, which basically means that we'll probably see that yen continue to weaken further. We've seen the Swiss franc go from a -5, which is basically one of the extremes on the weakness side of things, and starting to climb again, so maybe there's some opportunity there as well. And we've seen Kiwi climb too, so some potential opportunities going into this week. I actually like focusing a little bit on the yen side of things, so I'm going to jump into those markets. First of all, we'll start off with the US dollar index, and this to me could go either way. We saw some positive data out of the US, and pretty much the market saw it as a bit of a sort of doji week last week. So what I can see really from a technical point of view is that price has come back up into this structure level and the momentum is starting to fade here, or there's a bit of indecision going on at this point. So what I'm going to say is what we really need to focus on is which way price breaks this week. If we break to the downside, which is a way I'm kind of leaning towards, if we break towards this downside here, we could see prices come all the way back down into the previous swing lows, which could create some opportunities on the dollar pairs. The next pair of interest is obviously dollar yen. Like I said, that yen being quite weak has made this market rally up higher. We are technically in a larger scale range if prices trade in between sort of 110 70s down into sort of this 109 10s, and price has been bouncing around here for some time. So what I think we could see is a slight rejection of this range high. It may be a pullback into sort of the midpoint of this range and this previous structure high in here, and then we may see some further upside to dollar yen, maybe targeting back past this 1150 area. One chart that I like to look at then is Aussie yen. We spoke about this in depth. We looked at the long-term and short-term plays last week. This time, just looking at the long-term, the Australian dollar commercial contracts on the commitment of trade reports continue to increase, which basically means that they are buying in and around this area. So what I would like to see is a higher low, a higher high pattern. When we see that, we can start looking for some decent long opportunities. At the moment, we've got this kind of lower low, lower high. Price has retested that structure and is kind of rejecting it at the moment. So if we could break past that, maybe just have a couple of days of low ranging days, that would be a really strong suggestion that price was going to move back to the upside. So keep an eye on Aussie yen. I like the fact that we're in this sort of monthly uptrend. The weekly is potentially creating the higher low here. We could start to see some upside. Looking at the 4 hour, there is some support down through here as well. So maybe we're going to see a short-term pullback and a continuation there. But I'm going to keep an eye on this daily. Look for those low-ranging candles. Look for the price to potentially move to the upside. Another chart that's interesting is CAD yen. Again, we've seen price come back into this structure area. We formed a very strong bullish engulfing close off of this zone, once again suggesting that maybe this move isn't done here. We may see some further upside. Again, jumping up to the monthly, you can see a wick down, another wick down in here, and we've kind of got two closes back within previous candlestick ranges. Long wicks could suggest that this is a buying point, with price heading back towards this 90.86 level. This weekly closing as a bullish engulfing suggests if we are to see an impulse phase, we should see higher highs and higher lows. very similar to Aussie yen. Just need to see that start to form now. We have this kind of high around about 87.90. That area there is going to be pretty important. If we can start to break above these highs, then I'd look for long opportunities off this zone, with price potentially coming back into this 90.86 area. Keep an eye on that this week. I hope you enjoyed the video update. If you did, leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to see some more Forex content. And I will speak to you in a video soon.